There is a lot of excitement surrounding a possible bout between Ryan Garcia and Rolando Romero. It looks like one of those infrequent megafights that captivates boxing fans all over the world. The matchup is made more intriguing by the competitors' strong personalities, indisputable egos, and histories. They had already sparred twice, so their familiarity creates a tension that is already there, simmering, and ready to explode in the ring. Garcia has stated that he is confident this fight will sell out, and it makes sense. It feels like a predestined spectacle because of the animosity, the verbal fighting, and their disparate styles. This fictitious fight's build-up has already taken on a life of its own. During their most recent in-person meeting, the animosity was evident. With his intense gaze fixed on Romero, Garcia made the terrifying declaration, "I will make you look bad in that ring." Garcia has been practicing with an intensity that makes it seem like he meant every phrase, so it wasn't simply bravado. Never one to back down, Romero paused to consider the statement before retaliating. He said Garcia has been avoiding this battle for years and has been eager for this chance to make a point. Romero told the reporters, "You say my name, you're getting dealt with," a tenet he has long adhered to. As the argument heated up, security had to step in, but the damage was already done. A verbal and physical battle was about to break out. Garcia is not hurrying into anything, but he believes that preparedness is essential. After being laid off for a year, he admits that it can be difficult to get rid of ring rust. He acknowledged that a year-and-a-half layoff sucks, but he is certain that he has enough time to recover to his best. He leaned toward patience when asked if he's aiming for an early knockout or letting the fight play out naturally. "With a power puncher, you can't just force things," he stated. "A good shot comes your way. My key priorities will be PS and QS." It's a calculated approach that draws from his expertise taking on formidable foes. Romero, on the other hand, has his own strategy, but he hasn't revealed it. He has always thought Garcia is risky without a lot of planning, but he isn't deterred. Romero stated cryptically, "I already got a game plan," demonstrating his assurance that he can manage any situation Garcia presents. Their shared past has been the source of their long-simmering tension for many years. They have sparred, gone to the same boxing clubs, and even met the same promoters and trainers. Their contempt is fueled by that familiarity. Romero has never concealed his disdain for Garcia's fashion sense, describing it as flash and no substance. Romero has declared, his speed is overrated and his chin is weak, reinforcing his opinion that Garcia's charisma surpasses his skill. Romero, in Garcia's opinion, is overhyped and a fighter who has lucked into opportunities rather than earned them with exceptional skill. Garcia retorted, "He talks more than he performs. I'm going to expose him in the worst way possible." Both men have a lot on the line personally. Garcia is recovering from a turbulent time that included a contentious victory over Devin Haney that was revoked because of a failed drug test, which resulted to a 1-year suspension. His reputation was damaged by the experience, and he is resolved to show that he is still among the finest in the game, clean and untarnished. Romero, on the other hand, is still in shock over a vicious defeat to Isaac "Pitbull" Cruz, which made many wonder if he was really a real champion. A victory here might put an end to the skeptics and restore his standing in the top division. Outside of the ring, they are rivals. Garcia cruelly mocked Romero on social media following his defeat by Cruz, implying that he should try influencer boxing and even making a joke that YouTuber Dean the Great may defeat him. Romero was genuinely hurt by the low blow, especially considering how painful that defeat had been. Romero retaliated by accusing Garcia of being more interested in celebrity than fighting, citing his inconsistent social media activity, which ranges from religious posts to furious tirades, as proof that his focus isn't entirely on the sport. His social media presence matters more to him than his performances, Romero stated, even casting doubt on Garcia's ability to maintain his composure throughout a taxing battle. The fate of the fight is up in the air. Garcia is favored by many because of his strength and speed, especially his renowned left hook. One observer said, "Observe what happens to his opponents when he is focused. He drops them." But Romero is armed with his own weapons. Gervonta "Tank" Davis, who has faced both fighters, attested to Romero's strength. When Davis said, "Rolly can hit, bro. He's the only person I felt like when he swung, it felt like bricks." Even while some supporters contend that Romero isn't as good as Garcia, it's evidence of his potential to surprise. This battle is a proving ground, not merely a contest for bragging rights. Garcia wishes to demonstrate that he is more than just a well-known person and that his abilities are commensurate with his fame. Romero wants to demonstrate that he belongs at the top and that his defeat to Cruz was an exception. The larger backdrop of their careers raises the stakes. Garcia was suspended because of his fight with Haney, in which he repeatedly dropped Haney, but the victory was revoked due to drug accusations. He has insisted that he was set up and that his comeback against Romero on May 2, 2025, will give him a fresh start. Romero, meantime, lost to Cruz handily after winning a title over a 40-year-old Ismael Barroso in a contentious decision that many said was a robbery. To remain relevant, both require this victory. The actual event, called Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves, increases the pressure even further. It is set up as an elimination-style competition in Times Square, New York City, with Devin Haney and Jose Ramirez competing in a parallel bout and Garcia and Romero facing off in the main event. Their much-awaited rematch in October will only take place if both Garcia and Haney prevail. The first stage in Garcia's plan to settle the score with Haney, a fight that has been simmering since their amateur days, is defeating Romero. Romero sees it as an opportunity to thwart Garcia's schemes and re-establish his dominance. Haney's journey is less clear. His durability was called into doubt when he was repeatedly knocked down during his loss to Garcia in April of last year. He now takes on Ramirez, a hungry former champion, after taking a year off to recuperate. The rematch with Garcia is off if Haney falters, and his reputation may suffer. Observing from the sidelines, Davis was blunt regarding Haney's prospects. "If Ryan does it again, bro might as well retire," he replied. "Another loss like that, his career won't be worth much." Though harsh, the judgment highlights the seriousness of the situation. For his part, Garcia is full of self-assurance. In a recent interview with Barack Best and Aiken Rees on their YouTube program Ring Champs, he said that if they face each other again, he will defeat Haney handily. "I'd beat him just like before," he declared, attributing the rematch to Saudi investor Turki Al-Sheikh. In an attempt to dominate the sport, he is also pursuing other well-known players like Teofimo Lopez and Jaron "Boots" Ennis after Romero. However, he must first defeat Romero, a challenge he takes seriously in spite of his audacious forecasts. However, Romero feels left out. "He's looking past me to Haney," he remarked, brushing off Garcia's assurance. "He can think whatever he wants. He knows me too well." Romero has a distinct viewpoint because of his acquaintance with Garcia from their sparring sessions 8 years ago. "I wasn't really trying to learn that day," Garcia said, downplaying the sessions, but Romero thinks he's seen enough to take advantage of flaws. Romero said, seconds, in response to a question about how long Garcia would stay with him in the ring. Although that's a big assertion, he is committed to supporting it. Analysts and fans are divided. Many believe Garcia will knock Romero out because of his speed and left hook. "Ryan's quick, man," said one onlooker. "Those hands you can't see are the ones to be afraid of." Others say Romero could pull off an upset by pointing to his strength and tenacity. Another person remarked, "Rolly always finds a way. This could be the biggest payday of his career." Although the odds are in favor of Garcia, Romero's ability to surprise people keeps the suspense high. There is a personal edge in addition to the actual fight. Garcia was resentful of his suspension and said that corruption had cost him the Haney victory. On Twitter, he apologized to Romero, not because he was being nice, but because of the beating he intended to give him. Romero, on the other hand, believes Garcia is a fame-seeker who has previously broken under duress. Their shared past, gyms, trainers, sparring, only serves to exacerbate their hostility. It will be more than just a boxing contest when the bell rings on May 2nd, it will be a statement. While the other man will be left in search of answers, the first man will leave having everything to say. When everything is said and done, the truth will surface. Who is the real deal and who is simply talking?